talking to a nice girl, and then she goes, bam, I said, here's the link, $9.99. What? You carry piss, and you got the fake dick? And I'm like, I'm just not gonna smoke pot.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna smoke pot. You take rubber bands with the hand warm. I'm like,
Welcome back to the #1 podcast on Staten Island, probably in the world. We didn't get the ratings back yet.
No, yeah, definitely the world.
But welcome back to another episode of Too Many Topics podcast. Today, we have Tommy, myself.
Hey now.
Special guest, Richie, 5-time Canci.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he goes by, but that's what I call.
That's what he's walking around the streets with that label.
Well, that's
right.
definitely
6 times, right?
Now it's 6 times.
It's 5, but it's 5-time foundation.
So,
6 times.
yeah, because when I started the foundation, I'll tell you how I came up with the name too. It's really funny. But when I was filling out the paperwork, I'm like, I'm gonna jinx myself.
No shit.
Right, anytime you put on something, right?
And I did.
So we're gonna we'll catch up with Richie on what he's got going on with his foundation. Tommy's got some stuff he's gonna talk to us about with what's going on locally. We have some real estate news. What else is going on out there that our listeners would be interested in?
The crime.
Crime on Staten Island is rampant. Yeah, unfortunately, it's getting worse and worse. But yeah, let's get into it. All right.
All right. I was just a real quick tidbit. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were like, yeah, you guys just put out a show, but it was talking about Halloween, and it's November, I don't know, what's today? November 15th? I don't know, we're in November. I said, yeah, we're working on 0 to 0 budget here.
Yeah.
Don't make it stupid. Listen to the show.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden, now we have to be, correctly timed.
Yeah.
Listen, people are going to watch a Halloween episode in January.
Exactly. Watch it when you watch it, when we put it out. When we put it out, that's when it hits the air.
You see those girls on Facebook? Like, every day's Halloween for me. So
oh, God.
Well, some people it is Halloween.
They'll enjoy it.
You got to stop going onto those pages, Richie.
Yeah, OnlyFans. I'm going to get myself learning more about this shit.
That's dangerous. Everyone's got them. It's so... Like, you try talking to a girl, you try flirting with her, and then she's like...
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, single dad life. And you're talking to a nice girl, and you start talking, flirting, and then she goes, bam! Here's the link, $9.99. What? I don't want to sign up. No, I'm talking to you. Like,
That's great.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
That is great.
I can't do it.
You might be picking the wrong one, right?
Yeah.
And B, she might have been a prostitute.
He's definitely picking the wrong
but you know what?
ones.
You know what's crazy about OnlyFans? Like, there are...
At least he's shooting his shot, because these girls must be beautiful, right? If you have an OnlyFans...
No, there's different levels to it. There's like... There's women out there, like models, and especially like I'm into wrestling, the wrestling divas, they'll charge $19.99 a month, and they're posting bikini pics, and men are paying for it. What's going on?
Something that you could Google to see for free.
I said this yesterday to the girls in the office, because I could have swore that I saw regular people on there, like an advertisement for like a real estate agent on OnlyFans.
Oh, they're on there.
But it wasn't like a nudity type of thing. It was like she was walking through a house. So one of the girls was telling me yesterday that they did do that, but they don't do it anymore. Now, if you go on, you have to kind of show your shit.
What they did was, if they tried going like super mainstream, and they were going to ban all adult content and just make it like pay to watch like a Patreon.
Yeah, Facebook did that.
Right, and they got backlash, and everyone left like immediately, and they're like, all right, they went back.
We were kidding.
We were joking.
We want to show our tits.
But there are people on there with like cooking shows, and it's crazy.
So are they cooking nude?
No, there's like legit cooking shows, and
that people are paying for.
Like financial and from stock guys, and
see, that's what I thought it was too.
Yeah.
So maybe you start an exclusive
and
page.
Then bam, full frontal.
Bam, yeah. Feet pics.
There you go.
Yeah.
What? Just feet pics through an open house.
I have a buddy on my Facebook, and he's known for, his name's Gary. Hey, Gary. He was like, I made $300 this week selling my feet pics. He's like, I don't care.
A dude.
Yeah, I'm like,
Gary.
are you serious? My friend Gary.
Yeah, stay away from Gary.
No, it's like this website. It's called like Feet Finder or something.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure.
Yeah. No nudes.
You would kill it on Feet Finder.
Because of the leg thing?
Yeah, bro.
I got messages. I used to get a lot. When I did the whole thing with all the clips and I was like blowing up with all that stuff, and then I would get messages.
So before we start the show, I mean, we already started, but let's get into who you are, what you do, because nobody knows anything about you right now. They just hear another voice in the room. So that's Rich. Rich, take it away. Let's give a little hoot about yourself.
So I'm a Staten Islander for 20 years. I'm a dad.
But you're not 20 years old. How old are you?
I'm 31.
31.
Where are you from originally?
From Brooklyn, Sheepshead Bay.
And now he has a massive owl on the side of his neck.
I do. I got into the union, so I said, fuck it.
That's it. He's living the Staten Island life.
I thought it would help me get girls.
He needs a school teacher or a nurse, and he's living the Staten Island dream.
So that's what his union guys are doing.
Yeah.
I thought attorneys were doing it too now.
Yeah.
Only one attorney.
Ain't attorneys. There we go. He's a good guy.
Ain't attorney.
But I'm a 6-time cancer survivor. Did we mention that before?
Yeah, let's get real serious.
No,
thanks
for
changing.
No,
survivor.
But that's that's a fucking great thing.
It is.
I run a foundation. It's called 5-Time Foundation. I started it when I was a 5-time survivor. And like I said before, I jinxed myself. But I was
How'd that all start? Why did you?
All right, so
foundation?
let's go back. I remember scrolling Facebook one day, and this kid posted his money on Facebook, and I go, "What do you do?" He goes, "I'm a bartender," and I went, "You make a lot of money?" He's like, "Yeah, every weekend." The next day, I signed up for bartending classes. Became a bartender. I was promoting teen nights at the night. Before that, prior, then I'm like, "Oh, I could bar." I told all these promoters and stuff, I could bartend. Started bartending, doing events. Doing a lot of event planning, booking DJs and stuff like that. And I go for my scans. So now I'm bartending. It's been a few years already. I go for my scans. I'm clean. And this girl comes up to me. She's like, "Hey, I'm doing a benefit called Pray for Paris." There was this little girl named Paris. She was battling, it was lymphoma, I believe. And it was all over. She wasn't doing too hot. And then they did this thing called Pray for Paris. It was like a benefit with like a petting zoo, and they did like a prayer session. And back in the day, I'm a little more open to it now. Back in the day, I was like, pray. I was like, it's not my thing, and I was a big, like, as you could tell, like a metal hardcore guy and into music. And I said, I'm gonna help this girl, and I'm gonna do Play for Paris. So I booked a rock show, a heavy metal show. But we did covers of songs because it's to make it more fun. Because sometimes heavy music isn't too appealing to everybody. So every band had to pick a couple of cover songs plus their originals. This was my first event. I was 18 years old. I did it myself with some friends posting. I did about 400 people at this show.
Nice.
But what I ran into was, "Hey Scott, I'm doing a charity show. Would you like to donate?" He goes, "Are you a nonprofit?" And I'm like, "No, I'm an 18-year-old kid. I don't know, like blah, blah, blah." Some people refused, didn't feel comfortable donating because I wasn't a nonprofit. They didn't know exactly where it was going. But I donated 100% of those funds. The next year I did another Play for Paris, and I would do different causes for bullying, law enforcement. And then eventually I kept running into that problem where, okay, I need to start a nonprofit. So in my head, I was like, all right, I'm going to start a nonprofit. And I was still bartending. I was in the city working at a place called Calico Jack's and McFadden's. It was a really popular spot. And I was on top of the bar. Well, everyone there were all wrestling fans first. You ever hear of Booker T?
Yeah, sure.
Booker T. So Booker T had this thing where he was the 5-time...
I was a big fan.
He probably makes fun of wrestlers. But
no, I don't.
He was a 5-time world champion.
Yeah, of course.
So he
looks like Georgiano Steve.
No, Booker T?
No, you.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, that's me now. In wintertime, forget it. So Booker T would get on camera.
Oh, that's not a hoodie?
Booker T would get on camera and say, "I'm 5-time." He would say it 5 times. 5-time, 5-time, 5. I'm the champion. I was on top of the bar dancing and doing my thing and pouring shots. And the DJ goes, ladies, Richie 5-time is on the bar. Because he knew at the time I was a 5-time survivor. And I literally stopped on the bar and I went, whoa. I was like, all right. I liked it. I kept going. A close friend of mine's mother was a CPA and she's, you know, she helped me out and she's like, what's the name of the foundation? I'm like, 5-time Foundation. And it worked. And I threw a 5-time Cancer Foundation. So
of course, yeah.
People know the deal, you know, what's it for. And that's how it started.
You're not just a Book of Tea fan.
Right. I actually tweeted it at him. He liked it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, you have a huge social media following.
Yeah. I kind of took a step back from social media to, like, once I had my son and, like, just to really focus on me and my life. And, you know, I was doing, like, the clips and everything. And, but we'll get into that later. But the foundation thing, so I was bartending at Big Nose Kate's. I threw one of my first events there for this girl I was talking to at the time. Her brother passed away from cancer. So we raised money in honor of him. We did 700, 800 people.
Nice.
Wow.
Throughout. At one time, there was probably 500 in there. But through
the night,
probably 700, 800 people.
Wow,
you couldn't move. And I'm talking packed before 10 p.m. Packed. And I just kept the ball rolling. Every few months I would do it, you know. I was doing great. And then, of course, I hate saying the word, but COVID hit. You know, all my clubs and venues stopped and slowed down a bit. But, you know, I'm back on the grind. I had a great meeting with a couple of people from Tunnels to Towers.
Awesome.
So I'm going to try and work with them. Yeah, I'm trying to work with them. Good people. They said they'll help me and I'll help them. And I you know, having a kid, he's 3 now, Scotty. Yeah, Scotty. He's a great name. My dream was to take this foundation and take it to another level. And I still see myself eventually down the line, almost like touring the United States with these events and doing big events. I'm not into, listen, they work and I like golf outings and dinners and I love it. I think it works, but that's not me. I want to do the club nights. I want to do the comedy shows. I want to do the rock shows, shows.
You're a younger generation, and that is what you've been around your whole life.
Yeah, and I'm good at it, you know.
And you're good at it.
Yeah.
So, of course, that's what you're going to...
migrate to, yeah.
You know, but then having a son, and it turned into like, whoa, it's like, I could have taken the chance to go full force and, you know, but I wanted to make sure as a dad, as a father, I'm sure you know this feeling, like I want to be able to provide for my son and be comfortable and whatever he needs, I can get him. And, you know, I've been working, I'm focusing on real estate. I'm in the union, you know, but in my heart, I'm still trying to, like, I'm sitting in the truck, I'm working on the foundation stuff.
You're a worker.
Yeah.
That's
I'm trying.
For sure.
I'm trying.
You're always trying to either help somebody.
Yeah.
I know there was times you were picking up medicine.
Yeah. So what we do is
raising money to.
Yeah. So what I do with that is I'll explain. You know, so say Kyle comes to me, so and so is sick. You know, I want to help them out. Okay. I never make any crazy claims. That I have a protocol I use. It involves a lot of things like cannabis oil, colloidals, high dose vitamin therapies, others, you know, supplements, holistic alternative, you know. I'll never make a promise to someone that it's like a cure-all snake, you know, like snake oil, is that the word?
Yeah, that's
I don't say that. I don't make promises. But what I can guarantee and what I have seen with my own eyes is everyone that's on the protocol that I send them for free, that I've done months and months and years of research on, they're using treatment and they're using my supplements as well. They're all living past their expectancy, or they're strong enough to handle their treatment. Some are in remission, you know. And unfortunately, I did run into people who my doctor said I can't use it. I don't use weed. I don't use cannabis. And the craziest one I heard was they were religious. They were Christian. I don't do drugs. I'm like, it's not a drug. It's a drug, but it's not a drug.
Well,
like
everything is a drug.
Yeah, like use the one. I actually said to her, I said, you're a Christian. I was like, God put this here. It's a plant.
Yeah, plant medicine.
Plant medicine. And, you know, unfortunately, those people that didn't listen are no longer here, you know? I don't judge them. They were scared, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's different, you know?
Like lifetime change,
you know,
decisions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel, you know, I found all this stuff after my last battle. So a lot of people be like, you had it 6 times. Why should I listen to you? You know, I found it after my battle, you know, and I feel it did keep my cancer at bay, you know.
Well, you're still in remission.
I'm still in
right?
remission 6 years, knock on wood.
Yeah.
All right, wood everywhere. But it's tough, you know, especially now because, like I said before, I'm in the union. I have my CDL. We're not allowed to use cannabis. And even though it's federally, it's not federal. Is it federal?
No,
As it were?
state.
State. Yeah, it's not federal yet. From my understanding, I might be wrong, but from my research, a truck driver can be prescribed things like Xanax and Adderall and antidepressants, and he'll be okay to drive. But
if he fails a weed test,
yeah, he's done.
And are they only going to test you if an accident is done, or
you can get sent for randoms, but if there's an accident, I got randoms, and you know. And it's funny because you get those guys, bro. I can curse on here a little bit.
Sure,
yeah, that's fine, right?
Yeah,
you get the guys like, bro, you carry piss, and you got the fake dick, and you put the fake dick, and then you microwave the piss, and I'm like, I'm just not gonna smoke
like
pot.
A lot of work.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna smoke pot. You take rubber bands with the hand warm. I'm like,
when it becomes a science
project,
I'm like, too much.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do it. And those girls in the drug testing office, I said, why do you care so much? But supposedly they can get in trouble if they.
Like they're not paying attention?
Yeah. This girl, I peed in a cup. This girl took it. She's looking at it. She's like, it's warm. It's the temperature. She's telling me, look, it's the temperature. You know, it's sealed. She checked the bathroom, make sure I didn't touch nothing. I want to tell her, this is, what do you care? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's great. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is bizarre because of the fact that, you know, communities, whatever you want to call them, people from other countries have used these medicines for centuries and centuries.
The research is there, yeah.
Absolutely.
And another crazy, like even mushrooms. Like mushrooms and cannabis to me they're a godsend. They're amazing. And like our like children and I'm not, so I'm getting so random here, but like you see all these horrible things like these school shootings and things like that. All these kids are on antidepressants and antipsychotics and literally every single one. When you dig deep enough and do the research, like give the kid a smoke a joint, take some microdose of mushrooms or something, you know. Like
it might be a different outcome.
Yeah, 1,000%. All this stuff really works. Like I remember my grandmother had arthritis; her fingers were curling, and I gave her a balm, and she rubbed the balm on her hands, and she was moving her hands within like an hour.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not like I don't go hugging trees and stuff, but you know, there's stuff when you need medical attention.
Sure,
you know,
they say
you know.
They say the cure is in the ground.
You know, if you're bleeding on the table, though, I'm not going to tell you, put some CBD oil on it, you know. I'm going to go to the hospital. You need, you know, an infection. There's some people who believe in, like, you have an infection, just fight it naturally. No.
Listen, go get an antibiotic.
Yeah.
I should just rub Robitussin on it.
Yeah,
there you go.
Your chest.
Robitussin used to be like...
Some tussin.
That used to be crazy, right? Was it Robitussin or NyQuil that had like 70% alcohol in it or something?
I know NyQuil does, but Robitussin probably has some alcohol in it as well.
That cherry flavor. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
Nuts. But yeah, so what I do is I send people this protocol, and if they decide to use it, I help them raise money to use it. And what I'm working on now is, you know, because I do have a prosthetic, I have a pretty rare surgery called rotationplasty.
Do you want to dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, we could talk about it. It's kind of hard to explain. You could go on Google, type in rotationplasty.
Or go on one of your pages.
Yeah, I'll go on my Instagram. You can see it. Yeah, I put it up there once in a while.
With it.
Yeah. The next thing I'm going to be working on, because I'm running into it now, is I have such a rare surgery that a lot of prosthesists, they're called, that make the prosthetics, they have no idea how to make the legs. And I'm in a couple of Facebook groups, and I see these legs, and I'm like, this is like from the 18th century. Like, wow. Like
yeah, somebody still has a wooden stick.
Yeah, it's like close enough, and it's horrible. And I reached out, and all these people started reaching out to me. They need help. Where I go, it's called the Step Ahead Prosthetics in Long Island, New York. They're the best of the best. Big shout out.
I just saw one
Eric,
of your posts.
They're all cool.
Where you went from a wooden peg to
that was somebody's leg.
Yeah.
And they lost years of their life being immobile because of that.
And now you have something bionic.
Right, pretty much. And so I tell these people, for example, I talked to this wonderful woman from Oregon, whatever. Oregon. She's like, I I gotta come to Long Island? I go, yeah. And just me, I'm like, I'm gonna get it covered for you, don't worry. So now I'm like, okay, now I got it. Like,
now you figure it out.
Now I figure it out. I got 3 or 4 people, which I'm gonna try and work out, where I'm gonna pay for their travel and stay costs so they can come to Long Island and get it taken care of.
Let them stay with you.
Listen, I'll be honest.
We got some Long Island realtors. Anybody with a vacant house?
I know. Hey, let them stay a little bit.
Let them stay for a week.
Yeah, you know, I moved back home, man. It sucks, but I'm dealing with it.
Listen,
you know,
you're at that age where you should be saving money.
I'm saving, baby. I'm working. I'm saving. You know, it's tough, but yeah, that's my next goal is get their travel and hotel stay covered. And
that's amazing. Yeah. That was the reason. There are many reasons why we had you on the show. You're hilarious.
Thank you.
You're a Staten Islander. You do a ton of work on Staten Island, but every time I see or go on social media, you're always helping somebody. You're always trying to help the next person, which makes you an amazing person.
Thank you.
Good dude.
Oop, he went out. There you go.
Yeah, I got blipped for a minute.
The blippies.
Yeah, but you can see you're very passionate about it. You know,
I am.
It's definitely not a truck driving position, right? It's
Nah.
not something that you wake up.
Oh, how do you do that? How do you get the clutch? Right?
I can do it.
There's 2 pedals.
I haven't got manual. I got manual once on a job. It was like a quick run though. I had to drop off a truck. It was
So everything else is automatic?
Yeah, I got a lot of
I
automatic
could drive
so
a
far.
truck.
I'm trying to like talk to the guy about, you know, how passionate about a foundation, and this guy jumps in with, how do you drive a stick kit with a fake light?
What does he got? A pole?
You see those people? They got like the poles and they're like, oh man.
Bro, I had a friend where, again, I didn't have a friend. I knew somebody.
You knew a guy.
Yeah, I knew somebody with no arms.
Oh, okay.
And they drove, but they had legs.
That's wild.
They used.
That's wild. The sticks.
Yeah. No. And their mouth.
That's
Get out of here.
Yeah, the steering wheel. Yeah. I saw the
That's
car.
wild.
I saw the car.
Tommy took mushrooms.
Yeah. They're out there. They find a way.
Yeah.
People, they write with their feet and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like,
sure.
all right, that's cool. Whatever works.
And then they're on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Making a lot of money.
Yeah, because they only have feet. Is that what the next one is?
Well, no, the
next
feet
joke
thing is very big right now.
Yeah.
I think
Do you wanna-
everybody's talking about it.
Do you know what? I never forget this story. It bothers me a little bit to this day. And I'm not sensitive. If people hit on me, I get a lot of dudes.
Hit on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they say single men,
Well,
like this
you're,
whole...
you're that bear look.
Yeah, right. Now I am. When I
Yeah.
shave, I got the boy look, you know.
Yeah. Or the girl.
I had a guy.
He almost sounds like he preps himself with that, right? The boy look.
Yeah.
Going-
Oh, I know what I'm
It came
doing.
out too easy.
Depends how much you're paying me. What do you want?
Yeah.
One foot, no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just pay me.
Just
I had a guy, and I looked on his Facebook, and it said FDNY firefighter, okay? I had a guy message me and go, hey, you're an inspiration. My son is going for your surgery. He go, can I show him? Can you send me some pics? And I was like, I looked on his page, his son looked fine, and I'm like, what's going on here? I said, what hospital? He goes, Sloan. And I'm like, oh, so I'm talking to him. He's like, yeah, I just want maybe some pics and videos I want to show him. It didn't come off correct.
Oh, shit.
So I'm a nut job. I made up a complete different. I'm like, oh, Sloan. I'm like, is he seeing Dr. Johnson? There's no doc. He goes, yeah, that's who he's seeing. I went, what? This guy was being a creep. He wanted some pics, man.
Wow.
And that's happened to me on multiple
You
occasions.
got his number? That's
Yeah.
This was years ago. This was
let's
before
call the
OnlyFans.
number right now and see if Scott's phone will.
Yeah, right? This was before OnlyFans. Forget
That
it.
was great.
Now, if you hit me up now, I'd be like, $500.
I was
What do
going
you
to
got?
say, the price is
Quit the
up.
bullshit. Quit the bullshit. Give me
Listen,
$500. What do you want?
Listen, you still want those pics?
Yeah, leg on, leg off, underwear, no. What do you want?
No, but
My menu was on
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, right? The menus.
the
They do menus.
The menu.
It's sick. It's crazy, man. But yeah,
Yeah, don't sleep on that OnlyFans thing, bro.
it's out there making
It's
money.
fucking nuts.
You remember that girl? Oh, it was crazy. A Bad Baby. Remember from Dr. Phil, Catch Me
yeah,
Outside?
She crushed it.
She
She's
turned
a-
18. The next day, she made $2 million.
Yeah.
$2 million or something like that overnight.
And you can't get any filthier than her.
Yeah.
No, catch up outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You
supposedly.
catch something from her.
Yeah.
outside.
Well, supposedly she's doing good though. She does charity work. She bought her mom a house. So
Good for
I think
her.
it's a persona.
Listen,
It has to
and
be.
I don't know. It's a strange persona. I don't know how she can hold it for that long because she's a bizarre kid.
Oh yeah, social media, man. It's a good thing, but it's also I like social media because I feel like, listen, there are people who abuse it, but I feel like it gives people who maybe need a voice,
mm-hmm.
but also gives the wrong people a voice.
Of course,
look,
it gives everybody.
We're able to on platforms like this, right?
Yeah.
We can get some good content out. We get good information out to people and help people.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's revolutionized how people communicate with each other.
Yeah,
right?
1000%.
So that's why I think that obviously it's not going anywhere, right? What platform might be 10 years from now, I don't know what they're going to call it. But it's the fundamental foundation of social media is just that, is communication between humans.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg, I think he understood that from the very beginning, that's besides food and water, human needs human interaction. And that's what humans need, the number one thing. And he understood that, and that's why, to your point, but you're right, too much of anything is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right? And now this is kind of taking a whole different twist on engulfing everyone's life, opposed to me just sending you a couple pictures of the grandkids over.
Oh, it's engulfing.
Oregon, or whatever you say. Right?
Oregon.
Grandma can look at the pictures and stuff like that, so it's great, right? FaceTime, fantastic that, you can have a 80-year-old woman FaceTiming her grandkids, then she feels like she's in the room with them. So there is a tremendous amount of positives to it, but to your point, the way that people communicate today is just fucking bizarre.
It's crazy.
It really is what you make it. You grew up with social media. Me and Scott did not. I mean, we're still growing up, but we didn't. It wasn't our generation. You literally became. Yeah,
I was MySpace. I was there for MySpace. I remember my older friends.
There's a great meme, a MySpace meme. He's like, I was giving you 5 top friends or 10 friends in a song, and you bailed out on me.
I got one.
Free speech and a song.
Yeah. Do you remember? The older guys might remember this one. I remember going on my friend's. He was older than me. My friend's bigger brother, and I saw him talking to all these girls. Remember Meat Spot?
No. I had a chat.
Meat, MEAT.
Oh my God! It's probably a website.
Definitely a website.
I love how
Meat Spot.
Listen,
I thought I would be the one.
I'm laughing because if I was gonna open a restaurant, that would be the name of it.
The Meat Spot.
No, just meat. Just meat.
Well, you ever saw Tom Segura's like a strip club called Beef? He went to a strip club called Beef.
Oh God, you love that.
Oh yeah, I love comedy, man. That was there. Comedy and music. Is
all types of music or just that?
Baby, I'll go from Britney Spears to Backstreet Boys to Rolling Stones to the stuff you think I'm going to sacrifice somebody outside to. I do it all, I remember like being in the hospital with headphones and listening to music, and recovering, watching comedy and things like that. I think it's a big help,
It really
Comedy's huge.
Comedy's huge. And the big thing about comedy is, first of all, they majority of them they're taking over the podcast where they're killing it. They all got top
all
podcasts.
Comedians.
And they're fighting back against those people who are like, you can't say that. And they're like, fuck you. Yeah, I can.
Say it.
I can say it.
If you don't think comedy works, just take a look at, what's his name? Pete Davidson. Fucking working for him.
Sure.
He is slinging. Oh my! I remember. I never was really like that house party kid. I never had fun with those. Like I'm freezing outside playing beer pong. Like I don't like this. I briefly remember seeing him like just sitting on a couch at a house party. This kid is slinging it everywhere,
crushing it.
But and I feel like I'm not hating. He hustled. When I was home playing with my wrestling figures or like. Maybe having a drink in the woods. He was in the comedy club.
Sure.
Working hard.
Sure.
I can't hate. And all these people hate on him.
No.
Why? Why? Because you're miserable. You're stuck home with
I don't hate on him.
It's
amazing. I would love to have a conversation with the guy because he looks like a slee stack from the Land of Oz.
Yeah.
But this guy pulls girls that are
girls. He pulls women
completely out of his fucking
way.
So I just don't get it.
It's wild.
He's got to have,
he has
some personality.
Well, there's a meme. There's a meme going around. All these girls are posting it. All these men wondering how he gets women. It's because he has It's his personality. Like there's a lot of. You could have a nice personality. I think the money helps. I think his edgy look helps. And the rumor is he has a huge dong.
Yeah, but it's not his money because every girl he's with.
Oh my God. He's killing it.
Sure, the guy makes some money, but he's not.
You know what?
He ain't Kim Kardashian.
No. The one thing. the one thing that
That's not Ariana Grande.
oh yeah,
none of them.
Now he's dating Emily Rajout.
Yeah,
some model. I don't even know her name.
She's another smoke show.
Smoke show, beautiful. She's probably Polish. Ends with a ski.
Yeah,
might be Polish. But the one thing that annoys me about him, and I'm not hating, I love him. He reminds me of like he did lose his dad, but he reminds me of like a girl that has daddy issues that bounces from relationship to relationship. You were just like reported like throwing a fit in a camper and like breaking a TV and all this stuff, and now you're dating again. Like you just got over a world-known relationship. Why are you dating again? What are you doing?
Listen, you got to date, right?
No, do you?
He's writing a book, bro.
Oh yeah,
he's writing.
Oh yeah,
and every page is one after the other.
He had me at Kate Beckinsale, man. Oh, Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler was smart. And what's that movie? The remote movie.
Was it
when
called The Remote?
Click. He was smart booking her for that.
Oh, why she was in it?
They made out. Kate Beckinsale. It was his wife in the movie.
Oh, that's great.
When she's a vampire.
Adam Sandler's hilarious. He's on tour right now.
Is he?
Yeah. He's doing some stand-up.
Legend, man.
And he's
singing.
another straight up. You see him in New York.
Yeah.
He's just a
sweatpants,
basketball
cool
shorts, hoodie.
Cool dude.
Yeah, regular dude.
Yep.
And I think that's what girls. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's what they like about this dude because he's getting all high-end girls. He's not getting like just a smoke show that works in Stop and Shop.
No.
He's getting girls that are worth tremendous amount of money on their own. So. Yeah, I don't know, man. I take my hat off to the guy.
Oh, yeah.
What do you find more attractive? Do you find more attractive? Well, you're both married men, but it's a clean question. Do you find more attractive that smoke show that really doesn't have a great career or anything like that, or do you find like the normal average looking girl with a?
I mean, if you're just looking, right? If looks are appealing, then it's just the looks. But if you're looking to establish something long term or something with any substance. There's only so much you could throw, shit at the wall.
People are only going to look the way they look for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
That's the part.
That's also true.
Oh my God, I fell off.
My advice.
No, you look much better now than when you did it when you were young.
Oh, I got abs.
My advice to anybody trying to, figure out whether it's the right person or not, it's, at the end of the day, do you give a shit about what comes out of the person's mouth?
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to happen. At one point, all the looks are going to go. The kids are going to move out. Then you're going to be stuck with this person that all you're going to be able to do is talk to.
Yeah.
So if you can get to that point where you care about your significant others, what they say.
Yeah, that's really a relationship.
Yeah.
If you can stand this talk.
It's funny because
I'm not as hot as I used to be.
No.
You did that fancy cleanse diet thing. I remember. You look great.
Also better looking as he's getting older.
I feel like men do get better.
The ayahuasca does.
No, yeah, he was. So bad. The ayahuasca?
Oh yeah, but I don't know if I can handle that right now.
No, you should stick to to raising your kid.
But it's crazy because I did see a change, and I didn't believe it when I was younger, but I was 25, 20, whatever.
When I was younger.
Listen,
why do I hear
I hear buzzing.
Frank Sinatra music in the background? When I was 17.
Yeah.
No.
No,
let me tell you something.
First, 17 was 10 minutes ago.
No, I do believe. There's you change a lot within every 3 years. There's some shifts minimum every 3 years.
Yeah,
I believe that. But when I was, my whole attitude changed. From 20, I'm gonna be this entrepreneur. I'm gonna party. I'm gonna make money and do this. And
what year was that?
When I was
17.
Before my son, so 24, 25, 26, and then
when did you have your son? How
27,
old were you?
27, 28. Yeah, I came from a lot of family drama and things like that. Who doesn't? But I kind of and I saw everyone around me getting divorced, and I was like, fuck that, I don't want to deal with that. I'm just gonna do this, and lost my mom at a young age, and I was I guess broken in a way with certain things. And then I had my son, and it took, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a little bit to realize after having him. But I was like, whoa, this is family, this is special. Responsibility. But it brought me joy again. Like the other day, I showed him his new room and he went, this is awesome. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I haven't felt that in so long,
No,
so,
it's amazing what you do.
Yeah, but I look for that and back in the day, she'd be like, oh, how many, you got 20,000 on Instagram? Oh, add me. Now it's like I said before, what's your credit score? You got to do. What do you do? What do you do? Oh, you're a teacher. I love that. I always meet. I love teachers. I always meet teachers.
Why? Because when you do something wrong, they make you do it over again.
Yeah, right. yeah, God, I'm always doing something wrong. Nah, I've been behaving, but no, I'm always like, I like that. I find that attractive. A girl that's on her, that's independent on her own, doing good, and
helping society a little bit.
Yeah, helping society, yeah.
Teaching our youth.
Oh man, I was talking to this girl years ago, and I was being a jerk, and I broke it off. I ran into her recently, and I'm like, "How's everything?" And she's like, I bought my own place. She's like, I'm about to graduate. I'm gonna be a nurse practitioner. And
Nice.
I went, holy shit! That's amazing. Good for
Did you get a number again?
I have it already. But she don't like it. She's what's that word? Coming to me with caution because she's like, this kid was a jerk back in the day.
Exactly. I was saying, as soon as I picture her getting in a car,
Yeah.
opening the door, and jerk off.
Yeah, this guy.
Rich kid.
Yeah, she's like, have
five
fun.
times.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. But no, but I genuinely was so happy for her. I was like, that's amazing. I wasn't kissing ass.
No,
I was genuinely happy for her. I was
Sure.
like, that's amazing. Good for you.
You have that attitude and that
Yeah.
personality. You want people to succeed.
Yeah, I
especially
love
people
that.
around
Yeah,
you.
I kind of, I get we're back to the whole thing with that. I like people around me that strive for more.
Sure.
That want goal. I have some friends that, my friend runs a whole eBay business. I love that. I think that's amazing. My other friend started his own painting company, and they still work their regular jobs. I think that's amazing, and not crapping on regular people, but
Regular
It's
people.
not, I don't know what that means, but
Regular.
what I'm
No,
saying is it's where I hear you coming from is the fact that I don't believe that we look out for each other the way that we should.
right.
In business, a lot of times people aren't happy for other people's successes.
Mm.
They're
Right.
not happy for other people's wins.
Right.
They sit back, and that's what social media does too. It allows you to play both sides of the fence. You can give somebody
Yeah.
praise, but you can also hate their guts as well. And I think that, unfortunately, and I don't know if it's geographically where we live, because I think that has a little bit to do with it, this dog-eat-dog world that we live in, hyper-locally. I think that people sometimes would rather give a stranger money than one of their own friends.
And I think people do it. They don't mean it. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Right. They're not consciously doing it. I'll give you a perfect example. It's going to be a little sad, but when I was sick, when I was younger, in my early 20s, and I was still helping people, doing events and stuff, I had all my friends around me, supporting me and helping me. We were all young and single. And I remember when I was sick, they would all come visit me. When I got sick at 26, 27, people are married, working full time, kids, nobody. I had nobody.
Mm.
None of those people came. And I'm not hating on. They had their
No,
life.
listen, everybody goes on a different path. In life,
my events, they weren't there to help.
Yeah.
When I was home recovering, they weren't there. They called me, they texted me, but they weren't there.
Right.
When I was younger and sick, they would sit on the couch with me for hours.
Well, that's different, right?
Yeah.
If I have the time to hang out with you, smoke
Right.
10 joints, right?
Right.
Video games all day long, then I'm going to be
It's
with you.
life.
But when, just to back up a little bit, you can't give them all the credit because they still should be able to find time to support you,
Right.
right? Whether I come to your house and spend 2 hours with you,
Right.
I probably can't do that anymore between basketball, soccer,
Right.
football, baseball, everything else that these kids do today. But to support you is different, right?
Well,
Anybody that meets you knows that in a minute what your passion is towards this foundation.
Oh yeah.
And if you can't get that, then you're probably dead inside.
And Tom said it yesterday when we were talking on the phone. I plan an event. I'm like a one-man team. I have my friends who post things, but he's like, there's 365 days in a year. You can't find a few days to help your friend.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel.
And we said that the other day. I feel like everybody, because people always say that about time, right? Oh, I don't have the time. Everyone has an extra hour in a day that they can figure out. Whether it's 20 minutes at 8 in the morning, whether it's 20 minutes at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or if it's 20 minutes at 7:30 at night. Everybody has an hour. It's just what you choose to do with it.
I gotta figure out how to use that hour to work out.
Right now, there's just a lot of distractions because you could fumble on your phone and be there.
45 minutes.
And then you look up, you're like, wow, it's
With
dark
45
It's
minutes
dark
just
outside.
That's what I mean. You know, I wanted to bring this up to you. Did you see Jonah Hill just came out with a documentary like 2 days ago?
No.
Take a look at it. It's fucking awesome.
Is it about skateboards by any chance?
It's about him and his personal struggles, and he interviews his psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever the doctor is that he talks to. And the guy's like this brilliant dude from New York. I can only imagine he's basically been Jonah's, psychiatrist or whatever you want to call that.
For life?
Word for his whole, adult life.
Wow.
And it's a phenomenal documentary. So anybody out there that's struggling with anything right now, take a look at that. I think that you'll find some great value in it. So check it out.
I will.
It's weird with him, right? Because he went and you saw the transformation, right? He was this big fat guy that was super funny and everyone loved him. And then all of a sudden he started caring about himself instead of caring about what everyone else thought. Like, look at me, I'm this fat funny kid.
Yeah.
And he realized and then this guy breaks it down in terms of what you were just saying about getting, your body right.
Yeah.
That's the foundation. He puts like a pyramid and he does the 3 parts of it. And it's body, people, and yourself. Obviously, you caring for yourself being at the top of the pyramid, but the largest part of it, the bottom, is about your body and how you treat it and how it basically runs the rest of your life when you don't treat it correctly, like anything. Right?
It really does.
Shit gas in your car and you're gonna have a shit fucking car eventually.
I fell off too with just like life and work, and I deal with some anxiety and stuff like that, so I get all over the place, but I went vegan for 7 months and I felt amazing, juicing, and unfortunately now at work I'm doing 80 hours and like it's just I fell off. Get a quick sandwich or whatever. But when you're healthy, it's the best feeling on earth. You feel so good.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
Yeah, and that's what he talks about, the fact that, and this is the part that I really resonated with me, is he always associated working out with body shaming. You're fat. You gotta get in the gym. I don't look good. I gotta get in the gym. Oh, look, this girl doesn't like me. I gotta get in the gym. My friends are making fun of me. I gotta get in the gym. Until he realized that it's the health benefits, it's the psychological benefits of working out
1,000%
that he benefited mostly from. That he wanted to get that point across to people, that it's not the losing the weight part of it is just a byproduct of what you're doing. The true value in it is the mental side of what working out and exercise does to you.
Yeah. Has he done any movies besides the documentary since he's been thin? That's it. He
was fat? Jonas? It was Jonas?
Yeah. Jonah Hill?
Oh, Jonah Hill.
Yeah. Oh,
you said Nick Jonas.
No, I thought you said Jonah.
No, I heard Nick Jonas.
I said Jonas Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill, yeah. No,
right. Came out, and now he's, so you saw that transformation of how he was a fat guy, and now he went to the skinny guy.
Now he doesn't get any gigs.
Well,
nobody wants
I agree with Tommy
a skinny,
to a point.
funny guy.
I feel like sometimes you lose that persona when you change your form. I just think that when comedy is visual too, right? Yeah. It's not just what you listen to.
I think he's Hollywood royalty too, though.
No, he is now.
His sister is a hilarious comedian. She's in a bunch of movies.
Is she?
And I think his parents was something to do in Hollywood.
I've been taking on the fat, funny guy personally. I gotta stop doing that.
You are not fat by any word you mean.
I love when women post, "Oh, dad bods are the best." No, it's like, all right, and with when Channing Tatum,
you've been a dad for 3 years.
I know, but when Channing Tatum walks down the block with his shirt off, you're gonna be drooling.
He's a dad.
Yeah, you're gonna be drooling. Don't tell me dad bod.
Dad bod.
Here's one thing.
Oh wait, that's how I fucking thought about OnlyFans. I'm gonna fucking jump on there with a fucking dad bod.
There you go.
Let's see.
Supposedly it works.
But call yourself dad bod on there.
I'm sure they're out there.
Dad bod already.
Yeah. But here's my thing.
Rad dad.
Right.
Rad dad.
And I'm sure there are men with dad bods that could kill somebody, trained guys. The one thing that bothers me about my body right now, and I'm sure a lot of people feel, it was after my son, I want to be able and make sure that I can protect him. Okay. That I'm in shape enough to protect him.
From
anything.
lady?
No, from anything. Well, I'll be anybody. Women, whoever. I'll karate chop you. Like, that's how I feel like. And I want to be able to stay healthy for him, and I have to get back on the grind with that.
Why not?
I remember picking him up. My son's huge. He's like 50
why not
pounds.
fill out an application that doesn't really take a lot?
I
Just
know.
a pen and pad, and they give you a pistol. And then you don't
I know.
You don't have to worry
But,
about
like,
rolling around and
I
doing
had him.
jiu-jitsu with anybody.
I picked him up.
You were a jiu-jitsu guy.
No, I did. I do. I haven't done it in a while, but I did Vada Kempo.
Vada Kempo.
A lot of wrestling and hand
You're
stuff.
confused with Giselle's husband, the boyfriend, the jiu-jitsu.
Right? Who?
Pete Davidson?
No.
Tom Brady?
Tom Brady got divorced. Giselle's banging the jiu-jitsu.
No
chick.
shit.
yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Don't that suck when you can't beat up your girl?
Oh, no,
That's
yeah.
just
Yeah,
big.
the only thing
Oh,
he
my
can do is
God.
hit him with a football.
Yeah.
From very far
Yeah.
away. No, the guy would block.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he
Joe's
might
jiu-jitsu guys are nuts too. You try to fight them, it could be anywhere. You'll be
Oh,
like
yeah,
this, right? And
bro.
they'll be like this,
Yeah.
waiting for you on the floor. It's like, what are you doing?
Those guys would probably get a lot of money for
Everyone. Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Oh man, I had
and ear picks.
I got a good one for you. You want to hear story time? A good
Yeah,
one?
just to
Yeah.
lower your voice because I
Yeah,
feel like
I like.
say something.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
It's
not
good.
provocative.
It's
Not
getting
pro- it's
good
not
when he
bad.
leans in. And
I haven't said nothing too bad.
No,
I've
You can
been
say whatever you
out-
want. This is
yeah,
like
yeah.
a free
Open
speech.
forum.
Yeah, free speech.
I
society.
was bartending at Big Nose Kate's, and my friends came to visit me. We're all hanging out at the bar, and there's this guy, big boy, had a little mini afro, right? He grabs my friend's wrist, trying to pull her over to dance with her drink, spills her drink a little bit. She's like, stop, and he's all drunk, and he's like, oh, stop. 2 minutes later, does it again. Stop! Doesn't, all right. The third time he does it, she drops the drink completely. I come out from around the bar, and I don't do that. I never did it. I go, what are you doing? I pushed him. He didn't move. And he looked at me and he grinned. And as I'm looking at him, all I saw was cauliflower ear. And I went, I'm gonna fucking die. Okay? He didn't move. He didn't hit me. He stood there and he laughed at me. I saw two of the bouncers that I knew. They come over, they whisper in his ear, and he goes like this. Okay. And he walked out. And I'm like, what was that? My buddy comes up to me and goes, you're lucky I knew him. I go, why? He goes, he's like top 20 in Bellator right now.
Oh God.
And I'm like, yeah, what's his name? His name was like, he was like half Russian and half Brazilian. The two deadliest combos in mixed martial art. His name ended with like a Kiev. Like, you know, like he was a mix. And he was like top 20 in Bellator.
KGB.
Yeah, it's like top 20 in Bellator. I was like, what? And then I was like everyone knows something now. And you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
You know, everyone knows something. That was messed up.
Again, fill the application out.
Yeah, right? No, but like I was holding my son the other day and I walked up the steps. And I put him down and I was like, like out of breath. I don't like that. You know?
No, listen.
Well, that's
I get
like,
it.
yeah,
But
that's
getting
different
back
than
to your original
protection.
thing about protecting.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
protection.
yeah.
I think that's just more physical fit.
No, you gotta be physically fit to crack somebody and protect your kid.
I might go
but-
around
but-
cracking people.
Nah.
Picking up your son is different.
But it's different when you say protecting or walking up the stairs with your child. If you're
Yeah.
out of breath walking up the
Yeah, you got
stairs,
different.
All right, well, no, I'm
Different
saying
is
if
what-
you're not physically fit, it's a
You
lot
can't-
harder
You can't
to.
go
right.
shooting up the steps.
Right. Going into Bellator.
No,
Walking
no,
up
no,
the
no.
stairs is
You
two
don't-
totally
no.
different things.
But I'm saying physically fit. Like
Yeah.
you want to make sure you're physically fit now, so you're there for a long time. for
Well,
your kid.
that's the other
But like
That's-
protect, you know, what if you're
Yeah.
with your girl and your kid and
Sure.
a guy gets stupid? Hey, stop it! Or I'm gonna write a status on Facebook about it. No, I'm gonna go stop it, or I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, and I'm gonna drag you outside. Like,
But that protection thing is where, you know, I joke around. I don't know if our listeners like guns, don't like guns. I don't give a shit what you like, quite honestly. You can like whatever you want. But I do believe that you're entitled as a citizen, not even a citizen, as a human being, to protect yourself and your family, right?
Yeah.
And as you get older, maybe, you know, your
And
jiu-jitsu skills aren't there as
Is
much.
it the Second Amendment? The right to
What?
bear arms?
Yes. But to your point, you know, the crime rate where we live is getting out of control right now.
Yeah.
And it's not even the crime rate of and I'm sure that there is some real bad crimes going on, but it's the bullshit crimes of these kids stealing cars and breaking into houses and the menacing stuff that's going to turn into something bad eventually, right?
And it's only because, not to cut you off, but it's because they can't get into trouble.
no consequences.
The punishment isn't
No
there for the crime.
No consequences.
So when when it's, hey,
Scared cops.
Yeah, if you rob something, we cut your hands off.
Right.
You're not robbing anything.
No,
you're not going to be.
Someone said that to me the other day. Right. It's like my block, my car has been targeted a couple times in the last few weeks. My wife's car was targeted, a couple times in the last couple of weeks. It just seems like every night this kid's roaming around trying to open car doors. It's trying to break into cars. Unfortunately, now they're going past that and they're trying to push your door in.
They're brazen.
I got guys
sure.
knocking. I got guys tried to push my door in twice. They leave me no choice, right, but to protect myself and my family. I just think that it's bizarre because, we do have the phenomenal police force. No matter what anyone says, we have the greatest police force in the world. And I just feel like regardless of the consequences, because I've heard it all from detectives and this and that, we arrest them, they're out the next day, there's nothing we can do, there's this, there's that. But unfortunately, they're going to show up at my house when I shoot one of these kids. And it's going to be an easy arrest, right? Yeah. It's going to be like, you weren't supposed to do that, nice and easy. So I question, what is their end goal here? Is their end goal to jam up good citizens that are just trying to protect their family because I have an 8 and a 10-year-old and I'm scared to death that one of these guys is going to push my door in and, God forbid, take one of my kids, or I don't know what they're capable of doing.
No, it doesn't end at that point either. That's a very scary scenario. Something that I'm not saying don't dwell on it,
I'm
but
just saying that the whole gun thing, I get it. Who hates them, who likes them, who's this, who's that. But sometimes people are forced to protect themselves.
Of course.
And how do I protect myself as you get older? Like you said, now you're going to be 50, 60. What do you want to do? You want to roll around on the front grass? You're going to go outside and get them in a headlock? What are you doing?
No,
I was taught gun safety at a very young age because my father and my brother were all hunters. I learned safety, point it down, never look at it, make sure there's nothing in the chain. I believe in that, and I think first it stems back to, like I said, with the whole social media thing. It's giving people a voice. We shouldn't have a voice, and so this kid could rob you and do something terrible, and they'd be like, well, what do you expect him to do? He's broke, he's poor. It's like, no, do something else.
No, but I just feel like Tommy's point before, like if the cops would do a little something more, right? I'm not going to go to the yard.
They're scared to do more.
If I got bit by a dog, right? If I got bit by the dog 3 times in a row, I might say, you know what, fuck it. I'm not breaking into that yard anymore.
They're scared to do more.
I don't know if they're scared or they're being handcuffed.
Our police force, exactly, is being policed.
Right.
And they're being policed by citizens.
Or also upper, management that's telling them what to do.
The one
body
thing
cameras. And again, there's pluses and minuses throughout that whole...
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The one thing coming from doing mixed martial arts and stuff like that, I had a lot of police officers in my class. I think a lot of this stems from, and I'm pro blue, baby, but a lot of them didn't know what the hell they were doing and get in tough situations where, where they didn't have to, escalate the situation, And I watched the video, the Gracie brothers, they always post those videos of cops. I think they should be trained and held to a more physical stand. I don't know if this is right. I'm young, but I heard back in the day you had to be a certain height and weight to be a police officer. Is that true?
I think there was a physical.
I think
there still is a physical.
Yeah, but I believe you're right. I think there was a height requirement. Yeah. Obviously, probably somebody got insulted.
Of course.
This guy.
And I'm not being
me.
Yeah, I'm not being mean. I got pulled over.
You're not big enough to be a police officer.
I never forget this. I got pulled over a few years ago, and this person that pulled me over was 4'11" and 250 pounds, and I'm like, I have one leg. I'm like, I could run away from you right now. I could hop away from you right now.
When my car got broken into the other night, we called the cops and 2 women police officers showed up. Now I have nothing.
Right.
These both girls probably could have kicked the shit out of me.
They're so hot.
But the truth of the matter is, I'm not comfortable for them. Forget about for me, right? I'm not a criminal, but I feel bad when they do run up against 2 guys that are 6'2", 240.
Right.
What are these 2 little girls going to do?
Right.
Well, that's why they have 9mm.
But why isn't there enough?
But then when they use them, they're in trouble.
Why isn't there a man driving around with you? Yeah. Right? Why isn't
trained. Listen, if you have a Ronda Rousey police officer, she's
exactly. I wouldn't.
You gotta train.
Say one is less than the other because
train.
I think they're both equipped with the same.
Why aren't they? And why they should be doing yearly things and they should be going to trainings and things like that.
I think they do.
Not I don't think they do like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
the inside. We should have a cop up here giving us the inside.
I got someone. I got a great guy. He runs the show.
Thin Blue Line.
That's a movie. Thin Red Line, isn't that? No, Blue Lives Matter, New York.
Blue Lives Matter. Great
Joe
kid. Yeah.
Patrice, nice guy.
We should have him up here.
Yeah, I'll get him up here. I'll make a call for you.
He's a mouthpiece for them.
Yeah, he's great.
And he's really good people.
I saw a video on YouTube. You know, you see those horrible videos like encounters, police encounters. There was a male officer, female officer. Male officer's in the car for some reason. She gets out. The guy had a warrant. He had drugs on him. He took out a gun, and she's holding his arm and like pointing the gun away from her, and she's screaming for help. And all you see is this guy get out, the partner get out, hobbling over to her. He's like 200 something pounds, hobbling. Like you're so out of shape. And so, like, you just put your partner's life in danger. Like,
it's a case-by-case scenario, and because there's other instances like that school shooting, right, in Texas. Nobody reacted for 77 minutes, so they were on scene.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
would have to watch the news to figure that stuff out. I tried to stay.
The sheriff was there. He was like he was on scene in 3 minutes. Yeah, and nothing took place.
All I'm saying is that you're forcing people to have to be able to protect themselves. That's all. I think that.
But you have those. What is it called? Stand your ground. Stand your ground.
It's like in Florida.
Yeah, you have states that where crime, things like that. I mean, they do happen in certain areas, but a lot of areas when I know you have a gun on you and you know I have a gun on you, there's that mutual respect, right? When the criminal knows this guy can't have a gun on him, but he has a Rolex on, and I have a gun. Guess what? Now I have a gun and a Rolex.
I have a good friend of mine that lives in Texas to that point. And he said, you know what the hardest job in my area is? A home invader. Because nobody's breaking into
Wow, got it.
What's the hardest job? Nobody's doing that. No.
Because they know that they have one gun on them, but that house probably has 7.
Yeah, in every room.
Right.
Joe Rogan style, baby.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes
You're
down
not going to see those in states like that.
And that's
in states like that.
And I'm sure if you protect
those
yourself,
crimes are non-existent. Right. There's probably a stat. It's probably 0.0. Or somebody walking into the wrong house and getting shot, which
I can imagine if you protect your own home from a home invader and use the gun, you probably have more questioning and explaining.
Oh, you're getting locked up.
If it's registered. If it's registered, you're not getting locked up. You're allowed to shoot somebody in your house if there's imminent danger of you protecting your family. Yeah. But that's where the line is, right? It's like, so I have to sit but I have to sit at my window and watch these kids ransacking the front of my house, trying to break in my car. And I have the cops saying, well, there hasn't really been a crime committed. It's just trespassing. So that's the systematic problem is these answers that they come up with. That,
do you get a front gate now? Are you doing anything?
Is that what I have to do? No,
I would capture them and silence the lamps, throw them in a fucking well.
No, I
throw them in a well in the basement.
Put the lotion on
my house.
Yeah, not a wall, but again, it's
well, listen,
preventative.
I don't want to end off on a bad note because Richie was great here today. Really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Before we go, let everybody know where they can find you, where they can find the foundation.
You can go on 5X, the number 5, the letter X, foundation.org. You can find me on Instagram, 5X Foundation, spelled out the same way. And we should check out
a little
Facebook on the horizon of a.
I am talking with a couple of people, and like I said, I'm gonna give them a shout out. I'm trying to get.
What about your poker games? Your poker games are
charity poker games.
But let him finish.
I like putting because he's missing a bunch.
I know. I get nervous. I'm going all over the place. But charity poker games. I'm trying to book a comedy show. There's some local big Staten Island comedians. Wink, wink. I'm trying to book. I'm going to try and reach out to them.
Shout them out. Call them out right now.
Stefano, he's a good guy. Big fan of his. I'm going to try and.
That's it. We're coming after you.
Coming after you, buddy.
Yeah, well, let us know where we can help you out too.
Yeah,
I'd love to.
Yeah, he's to be Chrissy Charity. That's what I want him to be. So I'll help him out. Hopefully he does it. I'm going to reach out to him. Be nice, like I said, I'm working with hopefully Tunnels to Towers soon. And see what happens.
Sounds good.
That's great.
It was a pleasure, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. And it was
we could keep this going all day.
But it was pretty informative. We really appreciate what you did.
100%.
Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you. Thank
All right,
you.
well,
We're
thank you,
wrapping this up?
everybody. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up.
Let's get to work.
We'll see you next week. But everybody have a good day. Check us out on any of the social platforms that we're on. Every single one of them, wherever you
Yes,
listen
sir.
to shit, wherever you listen to your shit. Go follow us, and thanks again for listening.
Except for OnlyFans. We'll be on OnlyFans shortly.